Talking with John Barnes from the Attorney General's office. I understand there is a new proposal before your office regarding a community medical center and the fact that what they're going to be doing with their charitable assets. What's up with that?
Well, that's right, Peter. If you remember back earlier this year in January, the Attorney General's office completed its review of the proposed sale of Community Medical Center to Billings Clinic and Regional Healthcare Partners. And that, while the office approved the sale, we did not approve their proposal for the use of charitable assets. You know, under Montana law, when a nonprofit hospital is acquired by a for-profit entity, the charitable assets must be set aside and put to use in a nonprofit with a mission closely aligned with the original nonprofit hospital. So they had put together a proposal for how to use those assets. We didn't approve it. We didn't reject it either. We were still considering it, and then they had withdrawn that proposal and said, we want a few more months to reevaluate this and refine our proposal. They had asked for a deadline of September 20th, and we agreed to that. And they gave us their new proposal on September 2nd, and that is currently under review by this office. And just as we did before, we are inviting the public to review this proposal and the information that's attendant to it, and also submit comments on our website or in writing. And, you know, the comments that we received during the review of the transaction and the review of the original asset use proposal, these were very helpful, very informative. And we're not required to do this by law to solicit these public comments, but it's very important. We feel it's very important that we do that because we know this whole issue is so crucial to Missoulians. I mean, they're passionate about this, and there's passionate feelings both ways on the whole issue of the transaction and how the money should be used. We want to hear people's views, and so we have an approximately 30-day period open where people can submit those comments on our website, or again, I said in writing. We prefer not to get phone calls just because we like to have it on the record as opposed to, someone trying to transcribe what's relayed over the phone and you get something wrong. We want to know exactly what people are saying, and it's much easier if we have that in writing or in some kind of electronic format. So we're going to be looking at this proposal, probably having some dialogue with CMC Inc., which is the current organization. The Community Medical Center itself is now not a nonprofit hospital. It belongs to Billings Clinic and Regional Healthcare Partners, and it's a for-profit entity. But what was spun out of all that to oversee the charitable assets was the Community Medical Center Missoula Incorporated. And those are the ones we're working with on this proposal, and we're going to be taking a close look at it. And again, I just want to reiterate, we really want to hear from the public on this.
So once all the public comments have been gathered, are you looking like right around the first of the year, or is there any sort of a deadline?
We're not going to kind of impose any deadline on ourselves. We really we're going to give this as much time as it needs, and that time frame will be based on questions that come up during our review. It will come up, like I said, the public input could determine some questions we ask or things we consider. So it's going to take as long as it takes. But no, we're also not going to drag it out. I mean, we're going to give this all the attention it needs and then make a decision, the right decision, as quickly as possible after that. So.